Welcome to another episode of Plant Fanatics. Today we're going over the top 5 easiest fruit trees to grow in pots, so stay tuned. Though there are a wide array of fruit trees with the ability to be grown in the potted culture, these specific trees deal with the stresses of a confined root system with ease and give a generous crop year after year. The first fruit trees on the list are going to be lemon trees. The reason the lemon tree is first on this list is due to its ability to not only survive the potted culture, but thrive in it. They are extremely drought tolerant and they don't like wet roots. Typically when growing fruit trees in pots, watering in the heat of summer becomes a massive chore. Lemon trees enjoy to be watered and then allowed to dry out every day, so they're perfect for life in a pot. Simply adopt a proper feeding schedule and allow the plant to dry out between waterings and you're set to harvest tons of fruit. Did I mention that lemons continue to flower and fruit over and over throughout the season? You can have continual fruit all year long. In the winter, simply move them inside the house next to a window, back off the watering quite a bit, and you're all set up for success. They are somewhat susceptible to aphids and scale, but these are the easiest pests to deal with. All in all, one of the best trees to grow in pots. The second fruit trees on the list are going to be lime trees. Still in the citrus family, I've chosen limes as the number 2 potted fruit tree for many of the same reasons as lemons. The trees do extremely well in the stressful environment of the potted culture and continue to fruit and flower over and over throughout the year. I specifically enjoy the Persian lime, but the key lime also holds up very well. Like lemons, make sure you use a good all-purpose organic fertilizer during the warmer months, and when you bring it inside for the winter, hold off on the watering quite a bit. The flowers smell exquisite, and watching these fruits form and mature is an absolute pleasure. If you don't have a lime tree, you're definitely missing out. The next fruit tree on the list are figs. Figs have a cult-like following, and for good reason, because they are hands down one of the most unique fruits on the planet. Many collectors of figs actually grow their plants almost entirely in pots. They're deciduous trees, so after they are hit with a few mild winter frosts, they'll begin to drop their leaves. This makes them extremely easy to place in a garage or shed over the winter in complete absence of light until they begin to wake up in the spring. Most figs will produce 2 crops a year, the first being called the breva crop early in the season, and the second being the main crop later in the season. Once again, you'll want to feed your tree with an all-purpose organic fertilizer once a month during the growing season. There are what seems like unlimited variations in the flavor profile of figs, so there's definitely one for everyone. They have massive and beautiful leaves, and the trees can be pruned to whatever height and shape is desired through regular pruning. Get yourself a fig tree if you haven't already. The next fruit trees on the list are dwarf bananas. While banana trees are not actually considered true fruit trees, they have a pseudostem. To most people, they are considered a fruit tree. Dwarf bananas make wonderful potted specimens. In the potted culture, they do extremely well and grow unbelievably fast. There are many dwarf varieties available, from super dwarf Cavendish to truly tiny. No matter what variety you get, they're superstar performers that give off that feeling of the tropics without getting anywhere near as tall as their other Musa counterparts. They're easy to place by a sunny window in the winter months, with the varieties listed never growing taller than 4 feet tall. They do quite well with an all-purpose fertilizer and will easily be loved by all your friends and family when visiting the house for a gathering. And yes, these varieties also give you fruit. They're no larger than your pointer finger, and they are a showstopper if you have family over. The next fruit trees on the list are coffee trees. Most people drink coffee, but did you know that coffee makes a wonderful indoor potted plant? Coffee is a pleasure to grow and has beautifully glossy green leaves that contrast so well with their jasmine-like white flowers that are bound to make you smile. Most coffee trees will start to flower and fruit after just 3 years from seed, and believe it or not, the fruit is actually quite delicious. It can also make a fun project to make your own homegrown coffee. Coffee plants stay quite small, and they also thrive in bright indirect sunlight, making them a great indoor houseplant. They will do well with an all-purpose organic fertilizer and should be allowed to dry out in between waterings. It's so simple to grow, and believe me when I say all of your friends and family are going to be in shock that you have a coffee tree. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. If you like the content, please share with any of your friends who might be interested, subscribe to the channel, and leave a like on the video. And as always, check out the AmericanFigCompany.com. If we're out of what you're looking for at the time, please subscribe with your email and you will be notified as soon as it's made available. Thanks so much for watching.